Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you all the latest news and updates from different sporting arenas. In the next half an hour, we're going to bring you all the latest from the upcoming Paris Olympics. We will also get you the latest on tonight's two important matches. First in cricket of India versus England women's match, and we will also talk about the soccer Manchester United versus Chelsea match. So let's quickly begin with top headlines of the hour first. Team Great Britain's hope of participating in Paris Olympics faces heartbreak as they failed to better Netherlands' goal difference. Netherlands cruises to Nations League finale. After winning Asian Games gold medal, Indian women's cricket team will today step out on the pitch to face England women at Mumbai's Wankede Stadium. And in Premier League encounter today, Manchester United are all set to face Chelsea at Old Trafford in a mouth-watering clash. Manchester United midfielder Mason Mount's participation remains in doubt due to calf injury. So those were the top headlines of the hour. Now let's get you an update from Team GB. Well, Team GB or Great Britain will not play in the women's football tournament at the upcoming Paris Olympics scheduled to take place next year. Now it follows a disappointment Nations League campaign for the Lionesses of England. As CT India's Ollie Barrett explains from London. Let's take a listen.
Well, what England needed to do in their match against Scotland was better the result of the Dutch against Belgium by 3 clear goals. Now, right into the last moments of those two games, it looked like England were on track to do it. They beat Scotland 6-0 in their game, and as their game concluded, the Netherlands were only winning against Belgium 2-0, but the Dutch scored 2 very, very late goals in their game in the 92nd and in the 96th minutes, which meant that England's result was, in the end, not good enough to keep the dream of Team GB participation in the Olympics alive. Now, remember that in international competition, the nations that make up the UK compete separately in FIFA and UEFA, Nations League, World Cup, Euro competitions. So England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland are separate countries in those competitions, but in the Olympics it's Team GB that represents Britain, and that's why England's match against Scotland and the result of the Netherlands played a role in whether Team GB would be able to qualify for the Olympics in 2024. That raised some questions before the England-Scotland game about whether the Scottish side would be completely committed to the match, because Scottish players would have known that if England beat them by a wide margin, then Scottish players would be available for selection for Team GB in the Paris 2024 Olympics. Now, the suggestion that Scotland might not be fully up for that match as a result was described before the game as outrageous. But if England had won by that huge margin, and if the Netherlands hadn't scored those late goals, and Team GB were therefore still up for Paris 2024 qualification, then I think those questions would certainly have been raised again. But in the end, what it all means is that Team GB will not be at the Paris Olympics in 2024. Ollie Barrett in London, reporting for DD India.
Moving on to cricket now. The women in blue are all set to face off Team England in the first T20 international of a 3-match series. India, led by Captain Harmanpreet Kaur and her deputy Smriti Mandhana, will look forward to make a strong statement early in the series. The squad features talented players like Jamia Rodriguez and Shafali Verma, who are expected to play pivotal roles tonight. With both Yastika Bhatia and Richa Ghosh included as the wicketkeeper batters, India's lineup boasts depth and firepower. Newcomers Saika Ishaq and Shriyanka Patil, fresh from their impressive performances in the Women's Premier League, have also earned their maiden call-up. Staying on cricket, the Indian men's cricket team left for South Africa for their month-long tour of South Africa. The first batch of the players departed from Bengaluru. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah and Ravichandran Ashwin, who are associated with test teams, will join the rest of the members after the completion of ODIs. Now, the team will tour South Africa from the 10th of December till the 7th of January to play 3 T20 internationals, 3 one-day internationals and 2 tests as well. Now, India, they are eyeing their maiden test series win in the Rainbow Nation against South Africa. West Indies will face England in the second game of the 3-match ODI series at Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua late tonight. The West Indies had a great start to the series, securing a resounding victory over England in the first match. Skipper Shai Hope came to the party after he scored an unbeaten 109 runs off 83 balls to chase down England's 326-run target, which is their second highest successful run chase in ODIs. Now, Shai Hope also became the joint third fastest to 5,000 ODI runs along with Sir Vivian Richards and Virat Kohli. Having missed out on the World Cup earlier, the Windies, they now aim to revive their ODI cricket standing in forthcoming matches and the tournaments as well. Moving on in sports buzz, now let's get you an update from the world of hockey. India dished out a dominant display to beat Korea by 4-2 in its opening pool match of the FIH Junior Men's Hockey World Cup. Arijit Singh Hundal struck a hat-trick of goals. Hundal scored in the 11th, 16th and 41st minute, while Amandeep found the target for India in the 30th minute in the Pool C match. India next plays against Spain in its second pool match. Canada is the fourth country in the 4-team Pool C. Well, India has won the tournament twice, which is back in the year 2001 and 2016, and finished as the runners-up once, that was back in the year 1997. Whereas in Women's Junior World Cup, the Indian team put up a brilliant show in their fourth game to beat New Zealand by 3-2 in sudden death of a penalty shootout after the match ended 3-3 during regular time. In the penalty shootout, Sakshi Rana and Preeti converted their chances for India, while Mumtaz Khan scored in sudden death. On the other hand, Hannah Cotter and Rihanna Poe converted their shots in the penalty shootout to Team New Zealand. Now, India failed to convert their opening 2 shots in the shootout, but the team's goalkeeper, Madhuri Kendo, made 4 back-to-back brilliant saves to help her side bounce back and register a 3-2 victory in sudden death. India will face South Korea in the next match. While India's consistent advancement in the field of sports, aiming to nurture young talent by providing top-notch infrastructure and high-level training facilities, the Indian government has recently announced, keeping all of these things in mind, the first ever Khelo India Para Games that will take place in New Delhi in December, starting the 10th of December. Now, this also aims to rejuvenate sports establishment across the country. Here's a report that tells you more.
In recent years, India has shown consistent advancements in sports, aiming to nurture young talent by providing top-notch infrastructure and high-level training. The Khelo India program, initiated by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, focuses on grassroots sports development through various verticals. To inspire participation and uncover true potential, India emphasizes a strong sporting spirit. The government's commitment is evident in organizing the inaugural Khelo India Para Games in New Delhi from the 10th till the 17th of December. Expecting over 1,400 athletes, the event features para-athletes competing in 7 sporting disciplines, including athletics, shooting, archery, football, badminton, table tennis and weightlifting. The Khelo India Para Games has been introduced to revive the sports culture in India at the grassroots level by building a strong framework for all sports played in the country and also establishing India as a great sporting nation. It also aims to rejuvenate India's indigenous sports, establishing a robust framework for all sporting activities. Bureau Report, DD India.
Tokyo Paralympic silver medalist Bhavina Patel hails the Indian government's decision to organize the first ever Khelo India Para Games in New Delhi.
बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है कि पहली बार पैरा खिलाड़ियों को खेलो इंडिया में खेलने का मौका मिल रहा है, तो उसके लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ खेलो इंडिया की पूरी टीम को, स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया को कि खेलो इंडिया में पैरा खिलाड़ियों का भी रजिस्टर किया गया है। बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है जब ये खेलो इंडिया है वो गांव-गांव तक पहुंचेगा और सारे ही एथलीट बाहर आएंगे और खेलो इंडिया के प्लेटफॉर्म पे अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस देंगे। और बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है एक एज ए सीनियर जूनियर को खेलते हुए देख के उनको एक अप्रिशिएट करते हुए मुझे बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है कि खेलो इंडिया में मैं भी पार्टिसिपेट कर रही हूँ और बाकियों को भी पार्टिसिपेट करने का मौका मिल रहा है। मैं सभी को एक ही चीज़ बोलना चाहती हूँ कि अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस दीजिए, उसको अपने डेली रूटीन में डालिए क्योंकि ऐसी चीज़ें होती है कि वो जैसे आपको बिना खाए नहीं आप मतलब रह पाते हो, वैसे ही अपने पैशन को, अपनी गेम को अपनी आदतों में बदलना चाहिए ताकि वो चीज़ को आप अपने बेस्ट लेवल तक लेके जा सको और अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस दे सको। तो आपको भी मतलब खेलो इंडिया के प्लेटफॉर्म पे खेलने का मौका मिल रहा है तो अपना बेस्ट दीजिए, सभी को दिखा दीजिए कि पैरा खिलाड़ी क्या करके दिखा सकते हैं। खेलो इंडिया जब हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर जी ने शुरू किया था तो उसके बाद जो चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, खेलो इंडिया की पूरी टीम जिस तरह से काम कर रही है वो बहुत ही अप्रिशिएट वाली बातें हैं क्योंकि पहले ऐसा था कि उसमें पैरा खिलाड़ी नहीं थे, लेकिन आज ऐसा पहली बार होने वाला है कि पैरा खिलाड़ियों को भी उसमें इंक्लूड किया गया है और उन लोगों को भी सेम जैसे नॉर्मल खिलाड़ियों को ट्रीट किया जाता है, उनको फैसिलिटीज दी जा रही है, वैसे ही खेलो इंडिया में पैरा खिलाड़ियों को भी वैसा ही सपोर्ट दिया जाने वाला है। तो मैं बहुत ही एक्साइटेड हूँ खेलो इंडिया में खेलने के लिए।
And now in Sports Buzz, it's time to take a short break. We will be right back.
एक लंबे रक्तपात भरे युग का अंत धारा 370 के समाप्त होने से पहले।
For decades and decades, downtown area of Srinagar has always been symbolic of unrest, turbulence, turmoil, disturbances and everything that has to do with the disruption.
पहले तो महीने में 20 दिन होता था हड़ताल, अब नहीं होती।
I'm right now standing in the middle of the Jama Masjid market and this is how weekday here looks like.
जिनको होगा 1-2 करोड़ टर्नओवर है, बिल्कुल कैश टर्नओवर।
बंद क्या बंद? ये दुकान हालात बिल्कुल ठीक है, बिल्कुल ठीक है, कुछ नहीं होता है।
कश्मीर तो बेनजीर है, हीरा है, दंगा फसाद तो नहीं है।
The making of the Naya Kashmir or New Kashmir.
Turning crisis into opportunity, transforming ideas into action, stories of real change, tales of sustainable solution.
This series is going to tell stories of such change makers.
Watch Change Makers on DD India.
You're watching Sports Buzz with me, Deepika. Continuing with the top stories from across the world on sports. Well, Prasar Bharati Public School's Class 6 student Aradia Gupta won the gold medal in CBSE National Roller Coaster Skating Competition. Aradia won gold medal in 300-meter time trial and 500-meter rink race. India's Central Board of Secondary Education organizes many national-level sports competitions every year for the all-round development of the students. Many students from different zones participated in this event. Now this year, North Zone competitions were organized by SSG Gurukul School, where Aradia secured gold medal in both the races, which is 300-meter time trial and 500-meter rink race, and also qualified for the nationals, where she went on to bag the top prize. And now let's shift our gears and talk about what's happening in the world of soccer. Argentina captain Lionel Messi now becomes the first men's soccer player to be named as the Time Athlete of the Year after winning the Ballon d'Or for a second extending 8th time and also elevating the profile of the sport in the United States with his move to Inter Miami. Messi has made history by becoming the first male soccer player to be named as Athlete of the Year by Time.
Soccer's living legend Lionel Messi has bagged yet another accolade in the world of football. The 36-year-old has been named Time magazine's Athlete of the Year for 2023 after his move to the United States to join the Major League Soccer side Inter Miami. Time wrote, Messi managed to do what once seemed impossible, turning the US into a soccer country. Messi made his debut for the Florida-based franchise in July and announced his arrival by scoring a free kick in the final minutes to give his side a 2-1 victory. Since then, he has had a profound impact on the MLS. With the Stars signing on board, Inter Miami won the League Cup, their first major trophy, beating Nashville in the final in which Messi scored. The Argentine international star scored 11 goals in 14 games in all competitions to finish the season. He was also nominated for the MLS MPV award. In October, Messi claimed a record, extending 8th Ballon d'Or crown after he played a key role in guiding Argentina to their first World Cup title in 36 years. When they beat defending champions France in the final in December 2022 in Qatar. The 36-year-old had no shortage of offers when he left Paris Saint-Germain earlier this year, choosing to sign for Major League Soccer's Inter Miami despite being linked with his former team Barcelona and a big money move to Saudi side Al Hilal. Ultimately, he ended up signing Inter Miami in a deal reported to be $20 million a year and also an ownership stake in the club when he retires. Messi told Time, the truth is that fortunately I had several options on the table that were interesting and I had to analyze them and think, even weigh them up with my family before making the final decision to come to Miami. Simone Biles, LeBron James and the United States women's soccer team have won the award in recent years, with Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees winning it in 2022.
Well, in a mouth-watering midweek Premier League clash, Manchester United are all set to face Chelsea at home ground. While Chelsea won their last match against Brighton and Hove Albion, Manchester United suffered a loss at Newcastle United. Now, with other issues surrounding both the teams, a victory will do wonders for either side. Interestingly, the Blues have not won a league game since 2012-2013 season at Old Trafford. Their last victory over Manchester United in the league was at Stamford Bridge in 2016-2017. On the other hand, Conor Gallagher is banned for Wednesday's clash after being shown a second yellow card in their match against Brighton and Hove Albion for a foul on Billy Gilmour. Hence, a victory for either team would provide a welcome respite in a tough December schedule. So manager Erik ten Hag has played down reports of unrest in Manchester United's dressing room ahead of their Premier League showdown. The club banned 4 journalists from Tuesday's press conference after they reported that the manager had lost more than 50% of the dressing room. The manager was asked if he was concerned that the stories in the media could be true.
You can see, for instance, the comeback against Brentford, the Burnley game, the Fulham game. So every time the team is there, showed great character, so great determination, resilient. So yeah, we are together. And you can see you can't play such great football, what we did lately, if there is no unity. You should come to us first and not go around in our back, printing articles. That's not the right thing. I think we have another relationship, and then they can, if they should give that to us beforehand, we have a normal and a professional discussion and debate about it.
Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola says he still feels his side are going to win the Premier League for a record 4th year in a row despite drawing their last 3 games. The champions are third, a point behind Liverpool, and 3 adrift of pace setters Arsenal.
My feeling today, we are going to win the Premier League. Today, if you ask me, we are going to win the Premier League. If we play in the level so Liverpool and Tottenham, we are going to win it again. The people don't believe it already for 3 draws, but yeah, we are going to do it again, knowing that it's not easy because no team have done it yet. So that's why the difficulty is there. So it was last season, it was this season, but if you ask me today what you're feeling, we're going to do it again. Of course I'm concerned, but I'm saying the average is lower than the last season. The chances concede in every single game except Chelsea game like that was, well, they create more than usual. But the rest of the games, the same level that the previous seasons that we won a lot of titles.
Now, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology bagged the Best Sports Facility Award in the first edition of CII Sports Business Award. KIIT and KISS founder Dr. Achyuta Samantha received the award. Earlier, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology was awarded the Rashtriya Khel Protsahan Puraskar 2022 by the Indian government. DD India correspondent Taposh Bhattacharya spoke to the founder, Dr. Achyuta Samantha, and this is what he has to say.
KIIT University has been scaling one, feat after another milestone. What do you have to say about this new award, Best Sports Facility Award?
From the beginning, we have been promoting sports and sports personnel like anything. Though KIT is a self-financing university, but we have created sports infrastructure of international standards like anything. All sports stadium have been created there. And also we have been promoting sports personnel, by which now we are having 15 students, those are Olympians. Recently Asiad Games, 14 students participated in Asiad Games and 4 got the gold and silver medal. And just concluded at Goa National Games, our students got 24 medals. Many students are also Arjun Awardee and Dronacharya Awardee. So we are very much happy. Along with the education, we have been promoting sports since 2000 onwards. And now the sports have created havoc in the entire country, and everybody gives priority to sports, and sports plays very important role along with the education on the part of each and every student. In this context, I can say we are very much grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has really created havoc in sports. After he assumed the post of Prime Ministership, sports has got totally changed in India, and now India is doing so good in sports in a Commonwealth, Asiad and Olympic, and I am very confident in the coming years India will do a miracle in sports event in international platform.
I want to know from you, sir, a lot of institutes are now collaborating with foreign universities. Is there any chance that KIIT University will join hand with any foreign university, getting the best practices from them and inculcating it in India?
Already we have been in the process, and we have already done it, and we will do in a bigger way, better way in the coming days. And in this regard also I can cite, not only we have got this time CII award for best sports facilities in the country, we have got Rashtriya Khel Protsahana Samman, Government of India, and FICCI Award, Sports Star Award, and Biju Patnaik Sports Award from the state government.
So that was the founder of the KIIT University stating that with India all set to rise as a sports superpower, KIIT University will play a major role in that. This is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
Moving on to combat sports now, featherweight champion Amanda Serrano relinquished her WBC title after they refused to allow her to compete in the bouts under the same rule set as men's boxing with 12 3-minute rounds. Women's championship fights are typically scheduled for no more than 10 rounds, with each round lasting for 2 minutes. Now, Serrano was among the women boxers who launched a campaign in October to have the choice to compete under the same rules as men. The Puerto Rican fought Daniela Ramos to a unanimous decision victory later that month, which was the first time a women's title fight was fought in 12 3-minute rounds. WBC did not sanction the fight, while the other sanctioning bodies recognized the bout as a title defense for the 35 years old. And with this, it's a wrap here on Sports Buzz for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere. Keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.
Information shapes our reality. One app stands out.